Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to another video. Today, we will discuss the disadvantages of social media. Today, we uncover the hidden world behind the screens, the silent dangers of social media that affect your mind, time, and even your happiness. What seems like connection often becomes a quiet trap. But do you realize when it happened? It began as a whisper, the promise of connection, the thrill of reconnecting with old friends, sharing memories, and seeing glimpses into the lives of others. Social media entered our world as a shining tool of opportunity. But what if that whisper grew louder until it became a shout, a demand, and eventually a prison? In modern times, the disadvantages of social media quietly weave their way into daily life, hidden behind convenience and entertainment. The truth? We rarely notice the weight we carry until it's too late. One of the most subtle disadvantages is the illusion of connection. Social media platforms give the impression of closeness. Likes, comments, and shares simulate real human interaction. But behind the screens, loneliness festers. More people than ever report feeling isolated despite having hundreds or thousands of online friends. Conversations become shallow, relationships are diluted, and face-to-face interactions are replaced by emojis and hashtags. It's easy to fall into the trap. Every notification feels like a friend knocking on the door. But once the screen goes dark, silence echoes louder than ever. Time, the most precious commodity, slips through the cracks of endless scrolling. Social media's design is built on holding attention, feeding users a never-ending stream of content. Algorithms learn habits, tempt with distractions, and soon minutes turn into hours. People wake up and reach for their phones before even greeting their loved ones. Bedtime is postponed by one more video, one more post. The cost: lost opportunities, broken routines, and fading productivity. Time spent online could have been moments of learning, creation, or presence with family. But the addiction is subtle and powerful. Studies have drawn clear links between social media and mental health issues. Anxiety and depression are on the rise, particularly among teenagers and young adults. Why? The constant comparison. Seeing curated highlights of others' lives creates unrealistic expectations. The mind whispers they're happier, more successful, more loved. Self-worth is measured in followers and likes. Cyberbullying adds another dark layer. Anonymity breeds cruelty, and one harsh comment can spiral into severe emotional damage. Behind every screen is someone struggling, often hiding behind a forced smile in their profile picture. With every post, users unknowingly trade their privacy for engagement. Every click, every like, every shared location becomes part of a massive data web. Companies know where you are, what you like, and even what you desire before you consciously do. Targeted ads, political manipulation, and identity theft are real dangers. Personal information is sold, leaked, and sometimes weaponized. What seems like harmless sharing opens doors to privacy breaches that can haunt individuals for years. Notifications are constant interruptions. The ping of a message, the flash of an update, each breaks concentration. Productivity suffers. Attention spans shorten. Multitasking becomes the norm, but studies show that divided focus leads to shallow work and errors. People struggle to read long-form content or sit through conversations without checking their phones. The brain, overwhelmed by rapid bite-sized content, begins to crave constant stimulation and loses the ability to focus deeply. Excessive use of social media leads to sedentary behavior. Hours hunched over devices result in posture problems, eye strain, and disrupted sleep patterns. The infamous doom scrolling late into the night confuses the brain's natural rhythms, leading to insomnia and fatigue. The lack of physical movement contributes to obesity and other health issues. Social media isn't just a mental trap, it affects the body in ways we can't immediately see. In a world where content spreads rapidly, misinformation travels faster than truth. Social media platforms have become breeding grounds for fake news, conspiracy theories, and harmful narratives. Users often fall victim to cleverly designed propaganda. False information influences elections, endangers public health, and fosters division. The consequences are not digital. They're real-world events that shape societies and cause harm. Endless exposure to influencers, luxury lifestyles, and curated perfection fuels envy and dissatisfaction. Users begin to believe that happiness is tied to material wealth and outward appearances. This cycle of comparison pushes people to spend beyond their means, seeking validation through purchases. Debt rises. Financial instability follows, all for the sake of projecting an image that isn't real. Social media rewards those who perform. People edit their lives, stage moments, and filter reality. Authenticity is sacrificed for likes and shares. The pressure to appear perfect leads to anxiety and disconnection from one's true self. What begins as harmless fun becomes an endless game of maintaining a facade. The cost, the loss of genuine moments, and the struggle to remember who you are beneath the filters. Constant exposure to others' activities and achievements breeds FOMO, the fear of missing out. Users feel pressured to participate in trends, attend events, or live a certain way to avoid feeling left behind. This anxiety drives compulsive checking, dissatisfaction, and mental exhaustion. Perhaps the most dangerous disadvantage is the addiction. Social media platforms are engineered to be addictive. Dopamine hits from likes and notifications condition the brain to seek more. The line between use and dependence blurs. Addiction isolates. It distorts priorities. Relationships suffer. Work is neglected. Life becomes centered around virtual validation rather than real experiences. Achievements on social media, viral posts, increased followers feel rewarding, but they are fleeting and hollow. Real accomplishments take time, effort, and persistence, whereas social media rewards instant gratification. This false sense of achievement can demotivate individuals from pursuing long-term goals. The satisfaction of a viral post becomes a substitute for meaningful progress. The constant flood of news, opinions, and tragedies on social media leads to emotional burnout. Users become overwhelmed, desensitized, or anxious. The world seems chaotic and hopeless, not because it is always so, but because the worst moments are amplified and constantly in your feed. The story of social media is not one of pure evil. It has connected families, supported businesses, and spread awareness. But beneath its shiny surface lies a trap that can quietly consume time, privacy, mental health, and authenticity. The disadvantages of social media are subtle, creeping, and powerful. Recognizing them is the first step toward reclaiming balance. Moderation, mindfulness, and conscious disconnection are no longer luxuries. They are necessities. Addiction isolates. It distorts priorities, relationships suffer, work is neglected, life becomes centered around virtual validation rather than real experiences. In a world dominated by digital noise, sometimes the most powerful act is to unplug, look up, and reconnect with reality. The whispers that once promised connection must not become chains that bind. The choice to break free, to use wisely, and to live fully is ours, if only we have the courage to step away from the screen and into life itself. So, as the screen fades and the scrolling stops, ask yourself, are you controlling your social media, or is it quietly controlling you? Remember, true connection isn't measured in likes or followers. It's found in real conversations, quiet moments, and living fully in the present. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.